Okay. I just realized that I didn't have the audio on. So, my bad. So, let's try this again, shall we? Hello, welcome everyone. It'd be great to actually have the mic turned on when streaming the match here. So, if you guys are wondering for the first couple minutes, why is he chatting, the audio's not on, it's okay, we got it fixed. But today we have the University of St. Francis in an Overwatch match as part of the Great Lakes Esports Conference. So let's get the starting lineup set up now that you guys can hear me. So playing for today, we have actually, a couple of role swaps here. So at tank, we're actually going to have junior Caleb Bradley Shadow Dragon and freshman Kent Grubb Memer on tank. At DPS, we're going to have sophomore Tyler Salanitro, Azadale, and freshman Stacy Swartz Gearwolf. And then at support, senior Morgan White Neptune will be playing. And then we also have, of course, freshman Jasmine Smith Extra Explorer. Sorry, the fact that I had the audio messed up earlier definitely is throwing me off a little bit. But Extra Explorer will be on support tonight and not at tank. As I said before, this is a best of 5. It looks like we're going to be doing Nepal first. Or not. Looks like it's going to be Legion Tower instead. But so we're getting a couple things here set up here. So we should be starting soon. While we are getting that set up, we'll just go over the remaining of the Overwatch schedule here real quick, just so you guys are aware of what's going on. So we have our match with University of St. Francis going on in just a few minutes. This Saturday, our Overwatch team will be playing against University of Mountain Union. So that'll be at noon. The following Saturday, we'll be playing against Manchester University. 2 weeks after that, we'll be playing against Ohio Northern. The week after that will be Trine. And then we close out the fall season with our match against Mount Vernon Nazarene University. All right. We're getting the ready checks out. So let me get the game audio here set up. Yeah, everyone's saying that they're ready. So we'll get things underway here very soon. Yeah, just waiting here. St. Francis says is ready. Marietta is saying they're ready. And the first map will be Legion Tower. And they've said they're ready. And here we go, folks. Marietta College versus University of St. Francis.
Initiating the match.
All right, so let's see what everyone decides to go with. What kind of compositions Marietta will be going for. What composition St. Francis will be going for. Alright, so on Marietta's side, it looks like we're going to see the Zarya-Ryan combination at tank. We're going to see Azadale on the Doomfist. Very interesting choice here. Doomfist is one of those that can be really good or really bad, depending on how you do it. But Azadale has been doing pretty well on DPS for the past couple of weeks. So we'll see how that pays off. Followed by Gearwolf on the Symmetra.
5.
And then we're going to see Anna and Lucio at support.
Round 1. Capture the objective.
So we're going to see a fight in the middle here going on for both sides. Let's see if Marietta is going to be able to get any picks, or if St. Francis will try to capture the point first. But everyone's going in. Damage is going left, right. Shadow Dragon does get taken down, though, but Gearwolf's going to take down Calder. And Marietta is pushing back St. Francis. And Marietta should be able to capture the point as soon as it comes up. They're pushing them all the way back to their spawn. Neptune getting the boop, and Memer getting a frag onto Airbag. So Marietta will capture the point first. That's a great start. They had a very tough loss against Lords last week. They played very well, but Lords is a very good Overwatch team. But now we're going to see St. Francis working their way back. So let's see if Marietta can hold Keller does get a pick onto Gear Wolf, and Shadow Dragon's shield is just about out. We see the slap gets onto Keller. The airbag does get taken out by Memer. And a big shadow there by Keller, but it only catches one. Asdale does get taken out, and St. Francis is trying to contest, but Calder does get taken down. And we're going to see that Nano coming out onto Shadow Dragon to see if he catches anyone. And Marietta is holding this point pretty well. They still have 3 ults available for them to choose. Meanwhile, we see that Blade is almost ready for St. Francis. We see that Tactical Visor is almost ready. But so far, Marietta's had a very strong showing on this point.
Nothing's gonna stop.
But now the point's at 61%, 62%. It looks like Nano's going to be ready for St. Francis too, so we may see a Nano Blade. So let's see if they can set it up. But there's the Gravitron coming out for Memer, and Asdale is going to be jumping right in. Going to pop Meteor Strike, and there's the beat. And one goes down for St. Francis. And Marietta is still holding, but several are very low. But Shadow Dragon takes out Keller. There's the Tactical Visor, takes down Asdale. And there is the Blade for Airbag. And several of the Pioneers are going down, but Marietta is still holding. It's at overtime. And they take down the Genji, but there's Zarya to continue contesting. There's Nate, but another Graviton, but this time by St. Francis. And right now it's a 1v1 onto the point, but St. Francis is taking hold, but Marietta's coming back to recontest. And Marietta will secure the first round. Yeah, overall that was a very strong showing by the Pioneers, just able to hold the point, and definitely more coordinated than what we've seen in previous games. Just getting the right picks, being able to hold the line. But now let's see how they handle the second round. We'll see if they can stick with the same composition, or if they go something a little different. And it looks like they're going to stick with the same composition. Although it looks like St. Francis is going to be making the swap, bring out the Sigma, the Reaper, McCree. Completely different composition. Let's see if Marietta goes for the teleport strats. Doesn't quite connect. It was a good try, but the teleport did not land in the right spot, but that's okay. They are going to meet at the middle. St. Francis is working their way onto the point, but Marietta will go in there first. And we're already seeing two for one taken down for Marietta. So it is a 4v5 in favor of St. Francis. But now we're seeing Neptune and Memer getting a couple kills themselves. So Marietta is going to be able to try to see if they can win back this fight. It's a 3v1 onto the point. Neptune does get taken out. And it's a 1-for-1 trade. Marietta is still trying to contest this point. They are grouping back up and see if they get some picks. Chaotix and Lucio do get taken down. And Marietta was able to hold. And now they're the first ones to capture the point. St. Francis will be coming back. And a great boop there by Azadale taking out Keller. Meanwhile, St. Francis is kind of clumped up, and they having a little trouble finding the direction which way they want to go. Airbag does get a pick onto Neptune though, so that might be their opportunity to try to get onto the point. The grab comes out, and it catches a couple on the wall. Azadale's going to be using Meteor Strike. Doesn't take anyone down. Oh, there my airbag does go down, but not because of the Meteor Strike. And right now it's a 1-for-1 trade. Both Reinhardts are down. Both tanks are down now for St. Francis, and Barry's going to continue to push them back. So they are not giving St. Francis a chance to get to the point at all. Yep. They're about halfway through. If Marietta does take this round, they will take the first map. And it looks like St. Francis is going to rotate around. Marietta has to see this, so they are going to be following suit. They have 3 ults ready to go. Meanwhile, there are 2 ults ready, almost 3, 4 for St. Francis. So I think we're going to see a bunch of ults coming out. And we're already seeing 2 picks by St. Francis, so this is their opportunity to go. And people are just dropping left and right. 4 for Marietta have already fallen. And St. Francis is going to be able to take this point. Although Azadale say, no, he's going to superhero land and take out the Reaper, but he's going to fall himself. But Neptune is back on the Lucio saying, you want to take this point? You're going to take me out first. And he actually takes out the McCree. And a big shatter there, and the barrier is going to be coming out. So Marietta is going to use that to try to stay up. There's the beat that comes out. So Marietta still has control of the point. And they're pushing back St. Francis. And they take out the Sigma before it's all finished. And Marietta is able to secure the round. And they will take first map. Play of the game will go to... It's Aeon. Eon? I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right. I'm sorry. Getting the pick onto Neptune. Yeah, it's just a barricade out there, but great job by the Pioneers for taking the first map.
Epic. Hard work is its own reward. Epic. Pure class.
But all right. But all right, we're gonna check the map here real quick. Give me 1 second. All right, so now we're gonna see what will be the next map. It will be St. Francis's choice, and it looks like it is going to be King's Row. But yeah, overall, just a very strong performance. And what I really liked about what the team did was just their ability to recover. I mean, it seemed like at that one big fight near the end of the second map, or second round, I should say, that it seemed like St. Francis was going to be able to capture the point. But Neptune was able to come in with the Lucio and keep contesting, so that way St. Francis could not capture the point. But and then everyone else was able to follow in. So Neptune was able to stay alive long enough for the rest of the team to collapse. And they were able to hang on to that point. So great job there by the Pioneers. So now we're just going to wait to see if everyone is ready. Yeah, so yeah, they'll shoot. Yeah, so St. Francis chooses the map for King's Row. So Marietta will get to choose whether they want to be on attack or defense first. So right now we're just kind of waiting for everyone to get things set up in the lobby. And once we get the map going, we will get that to you. Looks like Marietta will be choosing defense. And the ready checks are coming out, so we should be starting very soon. And we are underway.
Now entering King's Row.
So King's Row, a very popular map. It's one that at times Marietta has done very well with, but other times they have struggled with. So it's one of those that's a favorite by the team, but they have struggled to close out. But what's going to be interesting here is Marietta does get to choose to be on defense first, so if they can hold very well, then they're going to have a great advantage when they go on the offense. So we'll see what kind of composition they go with this time. And there is a pause coming out. I'm not so sure what the pause is. Oh, okay, I guess there's like a spectator issue. So they just need to swap out spectators. No problem, it happens, but I think we're going to unpause and we should be starting back up.
Ready for battle.
Okay, so let's see. Marietta is on the blue side. It looks like we're going to see a very similar composition before, except Gearwolf is going to be on Soldier 76 instead of the Symmetra. So let's see how they're going to be able to hold. Meanwhile, we're going to see a Zarya Ryan combination from St. Francis, and we're going with the Widowmaker. See, try to get an early pick. In fact, we can see. Yeah, they're right up there, trying to see if they get an early pick onto the Pioneers.
3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Alright, so we see St. Francis working their way in. Meanwhile, Widowmaker's up top looking for that pick. And this archway right here, or this opening, whatever you want to call it, it's not really an archway, is it? But it is always a struggle to get around. It looks like St. Francis will be rotating around the statue, and they're going to work their way onto the point. Azadale does take down one, and Marietta is taking down St. Francis one by one. The Baptiste and Reaper and Lucio and Reinhardt are all down, and they're going to be collapsing onto the Zarya. There we see Azadale. He's just up here waiting for the flank, just waiting for someone to pop up. 3 minutes remain in the round, so very good first fight by the Pioneers. Very clean. Gearwolf did get hit by that fire strike, but Azadale is going to be looking to try to flank from behind. And there he goes. Takes out, is working on 3. He's going to be leaping around. And we're seeing that, looks like St. Francis swapped over to the Sombra instead of the Widowmaker, not getting any picks there. So we'll see if the Sombra makes a difference. There's the Meteor Strike by Azadale, taking down, good, not killing them, but being able to at least get some damage, and allows the rest of the team to finish them off. But Marietta is cleaning house.
Greetings.
Now we got about a little over 2 minutes remaining around. We do see the Sombra is going to be trying to look for a hack. You see Gearwolf just kind of using the high ground to her advantage. But yeah, St. Francis is, they're trying to work their way around to see if they can use the high ground to their advantage to find a pick. But they're struggling to be able to connect with anyone. Neptune does get hacked, but not a whole lot of follow-up. But Gear is actually very low in health. And now we see St. Francis is going to be dropping it onto the point. Gets a shatter, gets 3, but there's a counter shatter by Shadow Dragon. Coalescence is going to be coming out. And the beat's going to be coming out by Calder. Is that going to be enough for them to hold? Azadale's going to be bringing out the Meteor Strike to see where it lands. And there's the Gravitron. And a great combo there between the Zarya and the Doomfist for Marietta. Grouping everyone up and then using the Doomfist Meteor Strike to finish them off. So that's another team fight won by Marietta. Less than 1 minute remains. So the next fight could be final fight. And right now, all that St. Francis has is High Noon. They might have Gravitron and EMP ready in time. Marietta has the Tactical Visor ready, but that's about all they're going to have. So here we go. This is where they're going to make that push. Let's see if St. Francis will be able to use that EMP. Their Reinhardt is very low. Keller is already less than half health, and he's naded. Going to have to fall back. And the Zarya does get taken out early for St. Francis, so this is going to be Marietta's opportunity to push. Although Neptune gets taken out, so this may be St. Francis' chance. And they're going to get into what? There's the EMP. High Noon's going to be coming out. but he takes out one, but Azadale's able to finish off before he gets any others. But Azadale's coming from behind, trying to see if he can 1v6 this team. Most of the Pioneers have fallen, but Neptune is back onto the point, and they're going to try to recontest. Azadale does get taken down, though, so it's just Neptune that remains. And I think St. Francis is going to be able to take this point in overtime. And they will. So they did get it. So Marietta is going to have to fall back, and now they have to defend with another 2.5 minutes to go. So the Shatter goes off by Shadow Dragon, catches one. But Gearwolf is able to take out Keller, and Airbag's going to fall. So now Marietta's going to try to push onto the point. They got to be careful, though. You don't want to go too far past the archways. They might be getting a little greedy. Meteor Strike's coming out. Azadale's not going to get anyone with that. Yeah, they need to really fall back here just a little bit, because I think remember one time earlier in the semester, they went past the archways and they got punished really hard for it. So now we're starting to see them come back. Gotta respect the positioning. And there's another grab, but the beat's gonna be coming out by Neptune, so a great reaction to it. Shatter comes out, catches two. It's a 1-for-1 trade right now. Coalescence is gonna be coming out for St. Francis, but not much connecting. But St. Francis will continue to push that payload. A minute 20 remains in the round. Another Coalescence is ready. Okay, I thought I saw Coalescence. I could be wrong. Azadale does get 2 kills, and he's looking for a third, but Neptune's going to take that third. And Marietta will push back St. Francis again. Less than a minute remains in the round, so can Marietta hold the payload over here? So 3 ults already for St. Francis. It's that same EMP high noon combo that we saw before, so we'll see if they try to coordinate again. But we're going to see Tactical Visor, Meteor Strike, and Nano ready for Marietta. So we'll see how they're able to utilize those ults in what could be final fight in the round. And there's the EMP that comes out, but Gearwolf is able to take out Rentari. There's Tactical Visor. And Marietta's getting a couple of kills. That might be exactly what they need. Neptune with the 2K, the 3K on the Lucio. And that might be enough to hold on this round. 10 seconds remains. St. Francis needs to pop everything they got right now to get onto the point. And they are popping everything, or at least they pop Coalescence. High Noon hasn't been used yet. And there's a huge shatter from behind by Shadow Dragon. There's the Meteor Strike. High Noon comes up, a great shield there by Shadow Dragon. Azadale is going to get taken out, though. And there's the other grab by Memer. Beat's going to be coming out by Calder. But Memer does get taken out. And right now, St. Francis is holding. You got to give credit to them. When it gets to overtime, they are making the clutch plays when they need to. Now, they still got to get the payload to the checkpoint. So, Marietta just has to win one fight before they get there, and they will secure it. And it looks like they are going to try to set up a position here. Whoop, I don't know what's going on with the camera. My bad. Gearwolf does get taken out, though. So, Marietta's going to have to fall back and regroup. And St. Francis might get the checkpoint, but unless Marietta goes now. But it seems like they're just going to let him take the checkpoint. Extra gets taken down. Azadale gets taken down. And St. Francis secures the second checkpoint. Now they got a minute and a half to go. But right now the momentum is in St. Francis' favor. And they got 4 ults ready online. Marietta has about 1, almost 2. But Marietta is kind of just struggling with getting the picks they need. I don't know if they're getting overconfident or... But there's going to be Nano Doomfist. EMP is going to come out to cancel that. Shadow's going to be huge, catching 2. And 3 from Marietta have fallen already. And St. Francis is going to be able to capture all 3 points. So that was hard fought. Kudos to St. Francis for that. It took 2 overtimes, but they were able to get all 3 points. So now Marietta's going to have to get all 3 points if they want to take it to a round 3. Otherwise, St. Francis will take map 1. Or, I'm sorry, map 2. So we'll just head back over to the starting point here. Let's see what Marietta's going to do offensively. But yeah, for most of that round, Marietta was holding very well. It's just that during that overtime, St. Francis was able to push through. It does. I will say with overtime, the advantage does go into the attacking side because I think the spawn times are a little delayed from that.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
But right now, it looks like Marietta's going to go with... well, they're going to keep the Zarya Rhine. And we're going to see the Anna. But this time, Neptune's going to be on Baptiste. And we're going to see Reaper and McCree for DPS. And it looks like the Sombra may be looking for an early pick.
2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Okay, Marietta is working their way onto the point. Azadel does get taken out early on. That's not what the Pioneers need. We're seeing a lot of ults coming out by St. Francis. Dragons is coming out. Marietta has to move around. That they do dodge it. Gearwolf does get the pick onto Calder. So that might be their opportunity to press forward. And they're going to collapse onto the Rhine. But a huge nade there and a huge shatter there by St. Francis. But Marietta is able to come back from that. And they're going to go right onto this point. And they will secure it.
Stop the payload.
And Pioneer's going to be coming out, but it doesn't look like it's going to catch anyone. And a great block on the shatter. Marietta is looking to push that payload. Gearwolf is taking some damage and going to have to fall back. So far, St. Francis is holding the line. But Gearwolf does get taken out. Marietta is struggling to push forward. So they need to find the right pick here. They do have a couple ults ready to go. And there's going to be the grab and dragon combo. And that's a 3-for-1 right now in St. Francis' favor. But right now, the coordination is going into St. Francis' favor. They're just able to coordinate their ults very well. And Marietta's just struggling to move the payload, but they do get the pick onto the Brigade. So that might be the opportunity that they need. So they are going to start pressing the payload. The window does come out, takes out the Zarya. Hanzo's trying to flank from behind, and Marietta's not doing anything to respond to this. Never mind, I spoke too soon. Azadale took care of it. And another Shadow's coming out, but not a lot of follow-up there by St. Francis. But Marietta is now pushing that payload, so they should be able to secure the second checkpoint. But now we see Sombra from behind trying to contest. And that was a huge pick there. She was using her ult, but gets taken out by Ezra with the nade. You hate to see that if you're a Sombra main. Asdale does get a pick. It's a 1-for-1 trade. Neptune's going to take down the Reinhardt. Actually taking out 2 himself. And Marietta is buying a lot of space, although the Sombra is trying to contest. And Gearwolf will take... Actually, I'm sorry. Beaver will take out... Well, no one will take out the Sombra, actually. Marietta has 3 minutes and 10 seconds left. Should be plenty of time if they can coordinate this last fight. They do have Window and Shadow ready and Death Boss. And there's the Window. So let's see if they get a pick. They got 2 picks from that. So Marietta will try to see if they can keep pushing. Sombra's going to try to flank from behind. Does get taken out. There's the Dragons. It takes out Extra. But Marietta will take that round. So Marietta did struggle a little bit, but they found the opening they needed and continued the momentum. So now we're going to go to round 3. And Marietta will have the time advantage.
Initiating match.
So what's going to happen now is... Well, let's see. Let me get back to the map, the beginning of the map here. But St. Francis will go first, and they will have 1 minute. And even if they capture a point, the time is not going to reset. So they only got 1 minute, and then they have overtime. So they have to use that overtime to carry themselves to the end. But the thing with overtime, as I mentioned earlier, it does give the attacker a little bit of advantage, because the longer the overtime lasts, as you kill opponents, it takes longer for them to respawn. So we have seen cases before, and even we've done that last year, where we only had a minute, we hit overtime, and we were to carry all the way through the end because of the longer spawn timers. So it's going to be up to Marietta here to hold and try not to fall victim of that same thing. But it looks like Azadale is going to be swapping to the Torbjorn, so going to be bringing out a turret. Where is he putting that turret down? Okay, Torbjorn, where's the turret going? Up there. It's going up there. Okay. Right on the phone booth. Okay. So let's see if that turret's going to play a factor here. St. Francis is starting up. We see the Sombra going to be going around looking for that possible flank. And that turret's already taken some damage. But we're already about 30 seconds remaining. So the question is, can they hold it? If they can hold this, then they're going to be in a good spot of winning the map. And that turret is doing a lot of damage. Now, it did get taken out, though, by Airbag. So it's going to be up to Marietta to be able to continue. Shadow Dragon does take out one. Neptune takes out another. Neptune does fall, so it is a 4v5. Shadow Dragon's going to fall. So Marietta needs to hold. They do take out the McCree. The Zarya is going to get nanoed. Oh, it is overtime. Turret's coming out, but it does get taken out. And there's Molten Core by Azadale. It does take out one. And Marietta is trying to recontest. And they're taking out St. Francis one by one. But there's still the McCree. Takes out the McCree. The Tracer comes in to try to keep contesting, trying to buy as much time, able to take down Shadow Dragon. So it's just Azadale and, well, there's Geralt as well. Tracer had to use the rewind, but she is buying so much time, and Marietta does hold. They took down the Tracer, which made the overtime go down. So that is huge for the Pioneers. All they have to do now is just get one tick on that point, and they will take map 2. But that was a back and forth. Let me tell you, kudos to St. Francis. When it's overtime, they dig in and they give it everything they got. So that was a very impressive showing there by St. Francis. So now the question is, can they hold? Because Marietta now has 3 minutes and 14 seconds to take one tick on this point. So it's going to be a lot more difficult for St. Francis to hold. But it seems like they have a lot of grit, so anything can happen in this round.
Ready for battle.
It looks like Marietta's going up with a very different composition here. We're seeing Pharmacy coming out between Azadale and Neptune. Meeber's going to be on the Diva. So let's see if that Pharmacy can play a role here. I know that Azadale wants to try to get some space and see if they can, even if they take out just a few from St. Francis, then they'll be able to secure the map. And it looks like Airbag's going to be on the May, so we'll see if those May walls can be used to trap someone out. But May isn't going to be very useful against the Pharmacy.
1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Alright, so we see Marietta and Calder already gets taken out very early on. Azadale takes down 2. Shadow Dragon takes out 1. So that's 3 already fallen. 4 have fallen. Marietta can go straight to the point. And there's 5, and that is an unofficial team kill. So that should be enough to secure the map for the Pioneers.
Victory. Play of the game.
Play of the game will go to Azadale. Bring out the Meteor Strike. And this was that Zarya combination. And with that 3K there. Alright. Congrats so far. It is not over yet though. It is a best of 5, so Marietta is just 1 map away from taking the series. There has been a request for a 5-minute break. So we will go ahead and take that break ourselves. But so far, let's see if Marietta can keep that momentum. But don't go away. You are watching Marietta College Esports.
Have you heard what happened to those with curious minds? They packed up, broke free of conventions. These prospectors of knowledge are blazing a new trail, joining the long line of those who sought adventure and prepared for anything. This is the time. This is the place. Bring forth a pioneer.
All right, and welcome back. We are getting things set up here for map 3, which is match point for the Pioneers. So we will see what will be the map selected by St. Francis, and then we will see what side is selected. So we'll just give everyone a chance here to get back into the lobby. See where everyone's at. Yeah, let me make sure I have the game audio set up here just in case. I don't want to forget. While we are waiting, I'll go over a couple of quick announcements that was not everyone able to do early on. So first and foremost, we are always looking for players for our esports program. So we have a variety of teams, not just our Overwatch team, but we also have Fortnite, Hearthstone, League of Legends, Rainbow Six, Rocket League, Super Smash, and Valorant. In fact, if you saw a couple of our broadcasts earlier, we had our Valorant team play yesterday. Unfortunately, there were some connection issues that made it difficult to play. But last Friday, our Rainbow Six team had a great win against Rutgers University. So if you are a high school student that's interested in esports, you can fill out our recruitment form at bit.ly/mcrecruit. We do have scholarships available. So speaking of that, we do have tryouts for our scholarships. So our next set of tryouts will be on Saturday, October 16th. This is in conjunction with our open house. So if you are planning to attend the Marietta College Admissions open house that Saturday, you can schedule a tryout right after the open house. So first thing you need to do is to fill out our recruitment form, apply for admission, and then go to bit.ly/MC Esport Tryout to schedule your tryout. You don't have to necessarily apply to tryout, but you have to apply and be accepted before you can be awarded the scholarship. We will have other tryouts later on this semester. We do have in-person tryouts in November, and we'll have online tryouts in December. If you cannot wait that long for an online tryout, go ahead and schedule the tryouts, and then let me know. We can see if we can schedule something a little bit earlier. But all right, we are looking for map 3 to be Junkertown, and Marietta is choosing defense for it. So we should be starting up in just a minute. The ready checks are coming out, actually, so maybe less than a minute. But Marietta is saying they're ready. Now the question is St. Francis ready? I'm seeing ours in the chat, and I'm seeing the entering game. So let's get into this, folks. Match point for the Pioneers. If you think they can close this out and do a 3-0 sweep, let's see that support in the chat. Give the team your energy. And let's head over to the entrance here, and we'll see what Marietta is going to be using for defense and what St. Francis will be using for offense.
Ready for battle.
All right, so it looks like, oh, this is interesting. We're seeing both Roadhog and Junkrats. The heroes from down under.
Attackers
It's kind of fitting because
incoming
it's
in
Junkertown.
30 seconds.
But we're going to see the Reinhardt, we're going to see Anna and Soldier 76 and the Moira. Very interesting choice with the Moira, because it just seems like this composition is not really like in your face. So it's just interesting pick for the Moira. Meanwhile, we're going to see here kind of a dive composition from St. Francis, it looks like. Yeah, this does seem like a pretty good dive composition. So let's see how Marietta's going to hold here. It looks like the Mercy is going to be trying to pocket the Genji as much as possible. There it is, a little split right now. I think Neptune was looking for a flank. And we're going to see Winston jumping right onto Moira, but it's going to get away. Right now, Marietta's pretty split, but an Extra is going to go down pretty early, so that's going to force Marietta to fall back. Girl's gonna get taken out by the Genji. Yeah, Marietta is struggling to hold on this first leg of the map. There's a 1-for-1 trade, but so far St. Francis is doing a really good job buying space and just keep pushing that payload. They get the res off on the Genji, so the entire team is there while Marietta is struggling to get back onto the point. And the Nano's going to be coming out onto, looks like the Winston. Very interesting choice for Nano. And Asdale is going to take out the Genji, and here comes the Riptire. And is that going to catch anyone? It does catch Keller. So right now the point is at 2.13 meters away, and Marietta is starting to hold. And trying to catch the D.Va, gets the hook off and does have to dash away. So it took a couple fights, but Marietta was able to regain control of the payload. And now they're going to try to see if they can hold as long as they can. 2 minutes and 12 seconds remain in the round. You are seeing the Winston coming back. But that Mercy is definitely pocketing. And meanwhile, a great hook there onto the Tracer. Niebuhr getting that kill. Now we see Winston trying to jump onto Gearwolf. And there's the Primal Rage from Winston. Leaping away, trying to cause so much chaos. And there is going to be the Tactical Visor. And so far 2-3 go down, so that's a 2K from Gearwolf. And Shadow Dragon is going to take down Keller. And Marietta is continuing to hold the payload. A minute 30 remains in the round. And they still have 3 ults ready to go if needed, versus the 2 that are ready by St. Francis. Although I would expect them to wait until the Nano's up to do like a Nano Blade. Now we see D.Va Bomb is ready to go.
Game on. 60 seconds remaining.
So 1 minute remains. Now, we'll see how St. Francis does in overtime. We've seen him do very well in overtime in the past. So I would expect him to try to pop something. There comes the D.Va Bomb. It does not catch it. Riptide is coming from Asdale and Coalescence from Neptune. Then Pulse Bomb takes out 2 on Marietta. And there's the Valkyrie from... And a great shadow there, catching 1 for onto St. Francis. And the Nano's going to be onto the Winston. Asdale does get taken out in the Junkrat. So it's a 3v5 or so. And another 1-for-1 trade. And Primal Rage is coming out, but so far everyone is so split. Marietta's starting to trickle onto the payload. But it's a slight stagger. Another 1-for-1 trade. So we're getting close to hitting overtime. Can Marietta hold here? Asdale's trying to do something on the Tracer, buying some time, but she's going to get taken out. And St. Francis will take the point.
Welcome to Junkertown.
So once again, St. Francis really digging in there when it gets close to overtime and doing a great job of coordinating her ults. So Marietta will have to fall back. Another Pulse Bomb comes out, but it does not connect this time. Marietta's trying to focus on the Winston. They do take him out. Now let's see if they can try to get another pick. Asdale does take out the Tracer. Swapped over to the McCree. Meanwhile, Mieber is trying to see if he can get another hook landing. He's had a couple of good hooks in this round so far. Right now, Marietta is just trying to eat that clock. They do have 4 ults ready. A 5th one's almost online. Meanwhile, 2 ults are ready for St. Francis. Almost 4. And there comes the Blade and the Coalescence. And that Blade is just doing some ridiculous damage. That's a 3K, 4K by Airbag. That was a huge Blade there. Actually, it was a Nano Blade with the Ana. And that might be enough to secure the second checkpoint for St. Francis. Marietta is going to try to come back and see if they can recontest, but I don't see how they're going to be able to do it. they do secure the point. Neptune does get taken out very early. Now Marietta's got to fall back and see if they can hold here. 2 minutes and 16 seconds remains in this round. Now St. Francis did burn a lot of ults for that, and Marietta didn't use any. In fact, Neptune's going to swap over to Brigitte. Winston's going to be jumping in onto Shadow Dragon, and does get taken out. And Marietta is being forced to retreat, but Gearwolf gets a nice pick onto Keller. Keller will get rezzed. He tries to stop it with the hook, doesn't quite connect. But let's see, Marietta still has their ults and haven't used any just yet. And that payload's getting closer, so they're probably going to pop something soon. There's the monkey, and theirs is the tactical visor. Asdale takes down Keller. But Gearwolf does get taken out, but Asdale will take out Airbag. So that might be the opportunity for Marietta to hold a little bit. But right now, they just need to eat the clock, if anything. But yeah, they are pushing St. Francis back. Neptune and Memer are up there to try to keep the pressure on St. Francis. But now we see St. Francis coming back. Nano is ready. Diva Bomb is ready. Valkyrie is ready. Meanwhile, Marietta still has 3 ults for themselves. Extra pop in the Nano. I could not tell who it was on. I wasn't paying attention. My bad. Meanwhile, the Tracer does get taken out. Genji's going to try to make a play. There's the Diva Bomb. A great shield there by Shadow Dragon to block it. High Noon's going to be coming out for Azadale. Does take down Airbag. Valkyrie's going to be coming out for Maniac. But she's going to be taken out. And Marietta will hold. Less than 30 seconds remain in the round. They have St. Francis has 3 ults ready to go. Shadow Dragon still has Shatter. But that's about all they got. Niebuhr swaps over to the Zarya. So 15 seconds remain. So let's see what St. Francis can do. They're going to hit overtime once again. Primal Rage does come out, as well as Pulse Bomb does take out Neptune. And right now it's a 2 for 2. Azrael does take out the Genji, which is huge. Shadow Dragon does fall though before using Shatter. So it's still pretty even, but Azrael is taking out players one by one. Divenbeck is taken out. And there goes the Diva. And that might be enough to secure the round. And Marietta will hold. So great job there by the Pioneers. They were able to use their ults wisely at the end to gain the picks when they needed to. And now, folks, we have a win condition. If Marietta can get the payload to this spot right here, they will take the series. I don't know about you, but this is exciting. Marietta is so close to taking this match. But here's the thing, though. Can they keep their composure? I've seen multiple times from teams where they're so close to winning, they psych themselves out, though, and they start making mistakes. So hopefully Marietta can keep their composure, stay focused, and not make careless mistakes, and then they will take... Actually, I'm sorry. This is where the payload got to. So if Marietta can get the payload right there, they will win this series. Alright, so let's get over there.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
So it looks like we're going to see Azadale on the Echo. Very interesting choice. And meanwhile, it looks like that St. Francis is going to take their stab at Pharmacy. So here we go, folks. This may be the last round of the series. Can Marietta get that payload through? And we're seeing a very immediate spawn peek by the Widowmaker. Marietta will push that payload. And Azadale does take out the Pharah, which is huge. Although the Pharah will get rezzed up. Neptune's going to end up going down. Marietta is pushing that payload very quickly. But But they just got to collapse onto targets. They do take out the Winston. So far, the momentum is in the Pioneers' favor. Just a matter of can they take out the right targets. Azrael does get taken out, though, by Widowmaker. So that might be St. Francis's chance to hold the line. Shadow Dragon's trying to play aggressive onto that D.Va, but it's going to get pocket healed by the Mercy. Extra gets taken out by the Widowmaker, but Memer's going to take out the Pharah. And there's the Valkyrie. Actually, several ults being used. Nano, Valkyrie, and the Night Vision. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. And St. Francis is going to hold. Asdale does take out one in the process, though, but he's going to fall. So St. Francis does hold. Now it's going to be up to the Pioneers to be able to push through. But it looks like St. Francis is going to try to prevent Marietta from getting anywhere near the point. Neptune's going to be swapping over to Baptiste, and Asdale's going to be swapping over to McCree. Looks like they're just going to rotate around over here. But there's the Winston. And there's going to be a D.Va ball. Marietta is trapped, but only takes out Immortality Field. And the D.Va does get taken out in the process. Primal Rage does come out. Shadow Dragon tries to charge in, gets taken out. And a huge Justice takes out 3 before going down herself. But it's a great stop there by St. Francis. But Marietta is struggling to get back onto the point. But they do have 4 ults ready to go, almost 5. Meanwhile, a lot of ults were burned by St. Francis. So can Marietta utilize their ults properly to try to get to the checkpoint? They got about 1:17 to go. They're rotating over to the payload. They just got to make sure they don't get picked off early on. Although Ezra does get picked off early on, exactly what we said not to do. There's the window. And the tactical visor. High Noon's coming out for Azadale. Does take out the Mercy. And Winston is getting nanoed right before getting taken. And there's the Shatter. Catches the Winston. So all that's left there is the Ana. And there's Farah trying to contest. She gets taken out. And Marietta will secure this first checkpoint. So now let's see if Marietta can carry over this momentum. Keep going, 2 minutes, 50 seconds remains. So right now, we just have the Zarya ult ready to go. And it looks like St. Francis swapped to a couple of different heroes. We see the Sigma out, we see the Junkrat. So interesting choices there. So Marietta may have the ult advantage if they can build their ults quickly. Gearwolf does get taken out though by the Widowmaker. But Marietta's continuing to push that payload. Immortality Field does get taken out. And Shadow Dragon does take down Kellers, and Marietta will continue to push that payload. Extra does get taken out though. He's trying to put some damage onto Airbag. High Noon's going to take down the Junkrat. And there's the window. Neptune's going to try to use it. It takes out the Ana. Can they take out the Sigma as well? They do take out the Sigma, but Widowmaker's going to take out Neptune. But Azadale's saying, no, you don't get to stay there. And Marietta secures the second checkpoint. They are just very close to securing this series. They got about 3 minutes and 10 seconds. Can they do it, folks? We are so close here. Azadale's going to get taken out, and here comes the Riptire by Airbag. It does take out 3. So a great setup there with the Shatter and the Tire to just take out the entire team there. So good stop by St. Francis. Marietta has a couple ults ready for them too, though. They have their Shatter, they have the Nano, they just got the Grav. But we're seeing a couple ults ready for St. Francis as well. They got the Nano, they got the Valkyrie. Their Grav Flux is about to come up. Maria's got 2 minutes and 13 seconds left. Asadale swapped over to the Doomfist, trying to see if he can cause some disruption in the back lines. And there's going to be the grab. This may be Maria's chance to get some picks. Asadale takes down the Mercy. But Shadow Dragon's going to get taken out. We're seeing the Ryan got nanoed. But right now it's a 2-for-1. But Asadale and Gearwolf are popping off. Take it, so 4 or 5 are down. And Marietta is so close to taking the series. This should be enough. And Marietta will take the series. Play of the game will go to Airbag with that great jump rat play. Using the infrared sight takes out Asadale, and a great Riptire from behind, taking out 3 of the Pioneers. But it was not enough. Marietta will take the series 3-0. So congratulations to the Pioneers. Very well done. Considering how they've been playing pretty well so far in the previous matches, but really it's just been a skill differential for some of the previous matchups. So great job for being able to hang in there, making the necessary adjustments, and coming out with a 3-0 win against St. Francis. And kudos to St. Francis too. They had some amazing plays, and their ability to hang in there during overtime is quite impressive. But yeah, so this is a great job by the Pioneers. Congratulations on their first win of the season. There will be a lot of Overwatch for this semester, though. So not only do we have the GLEC matches coming up, so we'll be playing Mountain Union on noon this Saturday, but we are going to be competing in the NACE Challenger Division, and those will start up next Monday at 7 o'clock. So if you like seeing Overwatch matches on Mondays, you're going to see more Overwatch matches on Mondays, but it will be a little earlier than this one. But thank you all again for watching. For all the latest updates with what's going on with Marietta College Esports, please be sure to hit that follow button on our Twitch page right here. Also, please be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, all at Marietta Esports. You can check out our matches on our YouTube channel, bit.ly/Marietta Esports. You can go hit the subscribe button over there. So this match will be uploaded later on this week. But yeah, thank you guys again for all your support and watching. And we hope you enjoy the rest of your evening.